Hi, I'm Dearborn City Council President Pro Tem Leslie Herrick, and I'd like to welcome you to this edition of Council in the Community. Today we are in the south end of Dearborn at the Salina Schools. And with me are two very special friends, Sue Stanley, who's the elementary school principal here, and Jill Chokel, who is the Green Schoolyards Initiative consultant. And we all go way back. I worked for the school district for a while in communications, and we all have a shared love of both our community and environmentally friendly projects that help clean up the community and provide opportunities for the folks who live here to interact with nature. Right now we're standing in the schoolyard that's actually gone through a couple of updates over the last couple of years, make it greener each time and engaging the students. So why don't you tell us, Sue, tell us about where we're standing right now.
Okay, well, this is really a dream come true. It started as a vision. Well, it started actually as a dream and then a vision, because it really does two things. As an early childhood educator, I believe so strongly in bringing childhood back outdoors, and that is for all communities. And also to create environmental stewards with our children, and for them to have a great place to play while they are helping the environment. The most important thing is that bringing all the stakeholders together, bringing the city in with the school district, getting businesses involved. And so we started this 5 years ago, knowing what we wanted, created that vision, and then worked tirelessly to just keep moving forward with what we could do. So this actually, with this playground here, which is phase one, is really a dream for our kids. It's a beautiful space, as you can see, for them to play. They can explore. They can do so many things, and we are helping to clean the air, and we're teaching them about how this all impacts us all, not only today, but for years to come.
And the lessons that they're learning, they're getting hands-on experience. Tell us about some of the things that they've actually done when you're talking about the trees, and we've got lots of flowers. What are some of the ways that students have actually got some hands-on experience?
I could talk about that for hours, because we have this amazing staff here that really believes in this initiative. And so it isn't just we're going to make this beautiful playground. We are going to make this playground, and we are going to plant the flowers. We are going to plant the trees, and we are going to learn about how they are going to help.
And some of that partnership collaboration, Jill, you've really been integral in that because of the regular meetings you have with all your community partners. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, how important those collaborations are?
Well, collaborations are essential to the Green Schoolyards Initiative. The Green Schools Coalition is just a term that was coined to just kind of describe the whole focus of this is on the environment, on healthy students, a healthy community. The group is open to everyone, and we meet roughly quarterly. And as Sue mentioned, businesses, nonprofits, the district, the city, people come together and talk about their own projects, but they also have given us a lot of advice and recommendations regarding the Green Schoolyards mission, the goals, how do we go about this. When we had a landscape architect do a drawing, we ran it by not only parents and students and staff, in the community, we shared it with the members of the coalition so that they could give us input on what might make the most sense. And as we continued fundraising for how do we support this vision, many of these partners stepped up.
We have stepped over to the Salina Garden, and right behind us are all kinds of plants that the students helped to plant, and will get to harvest the fruits of their labors, literally, this fall. So, Sue, can you tell us a little bit about what this is and the lessons that the students are learning?
I can, absolutely. And so what's great is now this is embedded in our school community and our culture, the garden, and they remember it from year after year after year after year, and we have certain timelines so that we put the garden to bed in end of October, beginning of November, so we clean it out, cover it up. We wake up the garden in April, and that is just so much fun. We clean, we, I don't know what you call it with the soil, but we turn the soil so the oxygen gets in. Right. And then they start planting the seeds. And it's really incredible because it only takes a couple of weeks for the lettuce to grow. They cannot wait. They are over here, they are watching it. And so every week the kids come out and they're watching the garden. They've got nature journals, so they're describing it, they're drawing pictures, they're learning all about it and the root system. And you know what's really fun about this is that every year, because they have this framework of knowledge, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And so they ask bigger questions, they're learning more, and this is what's so great about having them in the building for that long, that they can look at it and look at it differently.
And what you're doing is so wonderful because this community specifically has just been so, for 100 years, negatively impacted by industry that is nearby. And to feel that you're making a difference and making a positive change in the right direction with baby steps or larger steps, is what you're doing here, is you're converting all the property here. To feel that you have a part of that and that there's hope, it's very hopeful. And then I wanted to talk too about the trees, because here in Dearborn we talk a lot about trees, and that in all of our public spaces along the easements and the streets and in the places that we have city land where we can put trees and bioswales and rain gardens to collect the rain. The trees absorb the rain, they help clean the air. This is something that the kids are seeing right here on their playground. And again, hopefully taking that back to their families about the benefits of all these things that are being done here at Salina. So tell us a little bit more. We have, next phase is going to happen behind us. So let's talk just for a moment about what's beyond the garden here.
Oh my gosh. So what we did here, we are going to do in the back. And what we're really excited about is that we've had that area back there we got a lot of land, but we haven't been able to use it as much as we would like because of lots of different reasons. It's noisy back there. There's not enough shade back there. And so we are going to create this forest-like environment for our kids back there, for them to be able to play and explore all those things that you would want every child to be able to do. So it is going to be back there, and it is also then going to be across the street by the community center. And we're just so grateful for everybody to be able to make this happen. I think too, as I was listening to you talk, another thing that I really want our kids to grow up knowing is life is full of challenges. So you can either complain about the challenges or you can do something about it. And this is what we are doing here. And we've just, look at this beautiful playground that we got out of this challenge. And it's great, and that's a good life lesson, isn't it?
It is. So I appreciate everything that both of you are doing. And again, the community partnerships, that it goes well beyond the folks that live a few blocks from here. We've got people who are involved in all of our service organizations have been here for various phases of the project. And you've talked about the corporate sponsorships, and of course the city of Dearborn.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, Mayor Hammoud working with the superintendent Maleko, and you, and you know, the greater vision of how this is part of. It's a shining example of what can be done across our city, and it's engaging kids today so they can know that they're part of the future of what's happening here.
Yeah, and it can be done with a partnership like that, because there is no way we could have done this by ourselves, ever.
Wow.
And so with that collaboration and with that great support, so whatever that support looks like, hey, I know somebody that can help you with this, all of that has come together to create this really beautiful space. And Dearborn, to me, is a model community that shows how that works.
And starting right here with you and the staff at the schools, and obviously the leadership at the school district office, but it took a dream and a vision and the energy to bring everybody together. So congratulations on where you are right now. I can't wait to see the next phase.
We'll invite you out to play.
Thank you. Hope you've learned something here today. If you get a chance, come on by, you know, walk, take a look at what's happening here at Salina, and we look forward to seeing you on the next edition of Council in the Community.